Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to quite serious video. Epic Games put out a blog post yesterday on Reddit detailing where they are at as a development team on the development of Paragon, where it was titled an open discussion on where we're at. And I think just reading it will give you guys a good idea of what it's about and what's going on. And I'll give my thoughts about it afterwards. Hey everyone, we know you have a lot of questions about the future of Paragon. We care deeply about this community and we know this is important to you. So here's a summary of where we are. I would like to say, Ed, thank you for making this post. The community team, thank you for addressing the state of the community right now, some things that are going around, rumors, etc., etc. Thank you. It was needed, and you did it. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, and, everybody that believes in me, thank you. Going from Legacy to Monolith to a new card system and all the changes in between, our efforts have always been focused on growing the game. Always. That's what they want. While each of these incarnations has been beloved by a core community, none has been large enough to achieve mainstream success. None has made Paragon explode into, a North American phenomenon, a Western phenomenon, or a global phenomenon. None of them. This, combined with the humbling success of Fortnite, that has blown up basically across the world, has caused us to question if we have a good path to grow Paragon and make it thrive. My initial reaction to this is for Epic. So advice from the bottom of my as positive and optimistic heart as possible, and with all the love and respect I can muster. It's easy to get excited by something like Fortnite that has gone crazy, unbelievably crazy, because it's gone larger than anything in Epic's past before, and they say that soon. Don't let that get to your head. And I know people that are going to be watching this from Epic, it's not even in their own power to make decisions or stuff based on that simple advice alone. And it's probably Tencent and, CEOs and investors that make those kind of decisions. But you know what? At least it can come from the bottom of the company and up and be this force that at least has a voice. Work on Paragon continues. Version 45 ships this week with both hero and card balance, as well as stability improvements. As we just saw, this video will probably come out in between or before or after my review of version 45. Absolutely always a step in the right direction in a lot of ways. And we'll get into some other things later on. However, progress has been slower lately for two reasons. Progress in terms of developing Paragon. First, the team's time is split between immediate improvements and longer-term efforts, so there's less visible progress. I am a little bit confused about this, but the more I think about it, immediate improvements being just patches and these serious stability issues, and I think we don't give Epic enough credit for the work that is being done to such a high fidelity and complex game and genre like Paragon is. It's hard. A lot of these bugs go very deep into the code and into the mechanics and into the system, and I don't think we give them enough credit. And longer-term efforts. I think longer-term efforts are the China beta that's happening, and there's supposed to be another one or something like that. Marketing in that area, developing probably teams in China or in the Asiatic region to support Paragon there. Probably server support for more regions. That's probably what is in there as well. And it's just things we don't know, right? So there's less visible progress. That's what that means to me. Second, a number of Paragon team members jumped onto Fortnite to help sustain the game as it has grown far larger than anything in Epic's past. A few things I want to say. One, if you think it is unreasonable for a company to shift resources over to something that is successful, I'm sorry, that's simply unreasonable, unrealistic, and don't think that. For a company, that is absolutely what the company should do, and there's numerous reasons why that's good for Paragon. I'm not going to get into that. But the second thing is that, maybe I'm not supposed to tell you, but none of the employees at Epic, as far as I know, and this probably is incorrect to some degree, are just meant for one game. They're simply just employees that work on projects, and those projects are games or things or engines or etc., etc. That's what that is what that internalization looks like. Should they be devoted to one game? That's not for you or I to discuss, really. But just keep that in mind. And, you know, Fortnite is absolutely massive. It's literally one of the top played games at the moment. Literally. That is insane. Absolutely. That's Blizzard. Do they even have a title in the top three? Okay, Overwatch maybe. But you know, like, that is absolutely insane. So remember, with such a small company working on something that big, the resources are going to be stretched. Here inside Epic, we're talking about the future of Paragon in pretty much the same terms as you're talking about it. If you guys are on Facebook, Reddit, Epic Games forums, they are talking about the future of Paragon just like we are, okay, with as much passion and enthusiasm, you know, and concern and love as we are. The core challenge is that of new players who try Paragon, only a small number continue to play regularly after a month. Onboarding and retention isn't there to support the game. And we can go into, is Paragon as deep as it should be? Is it as compelling as it should be? Is it too ruthless? Is there not enough tutorials? Is there onboarding? All of that stuff. And yes, all of that could, of course, get better. But that is the core problem. So why would they invest into, you know, why would a company invest into a game that's not retaining players? You know, and that's kind of what the core challenge is. There's not really much. So, and that's what that means to me. Though Paragon has evolved, no iteration has yet achieved that magical combination of ingredients that make for a sustainable game. As an aside, the problem isn't marketing or how to make money with Paragon. I'm assuming they can market the game and make money with Paragon just fine. The issue, which kind of makes it weird to me, if they can make money and market with it, how is it not a sustainable game from a economic standpoint? We have good ideas that would solve those problems if we find a way to make Paragon grow. And I think that's what they mean that. They're looking for growth, like sustainable growth. I don't know. To me, my thinking here is, again, going back to the whole Fortnite thing, I mean, I don't think Paragon can achieve the same amount of success. BR is just a fad. It may go, but that's where it is. And it won't achieve that level of kapow. Wow, everybody's playing it. And it maybe shouldn't. My thinking is just focus on the day-to-day goals, achieving them, doing the best. Don't let Fortnite's success go, oh, well, this isn't doing that. No, you know. I made 3 Fortnite math videos. I'm not going to deny that I was like, yes, one of them has to go viral, and yeah, 1 million views, yeah, 2 million views, $1 billion for Sylphin, the channel's a success. Of course I thought that, but did it happen? No, and in fact, they're much lower views than anything almost I've ever done. That's not the point. I don't dwell on that. I don't think about that. I just do me, and I try to get better, and I think that's just what have to think of in terms of that. Over the next few weeks, we'll be figuring out if and how we can evolve Paragon to achieve growth and success, and trying some things internally. In the meantime, Paragon's release cadence will be slower. It means patches will be a little bit few and farther in between. Hopefully it doesn't mean less content, but I mean, obviously that will be. The really striking thing of this is that we'll be figuring out if we can evolve Paragon to achieve growth and success. My opinion, it can happen. Like Crazy Fool, was really adamant about, it just depends on how far you're willing to go. And that, to me, is more of an investor question, a more owner question, a more leadership question of Epic Games. I believe it can. And the how to evolve Paragon to achieve growth and success, my very basic advice right now is release the game. You must, Epic Games must have a 3-month, like if Paragon wanted to be released in the first quarter, then that's like March, which is like a month and a half, or 2.5 months, I guess. So like 8-10 weeks, that is what, 2 big patches, 2.5, 3-ish big patches. Like, do it. Like, you guys must have a plan. At least execute that plan. At least execute the plan to finish Paragon. The cake isn't even done baking yet to serve to people, and you want to pull it, you want to pull it out of the oven. At least finish the product. Put it out there for people to taste test. At least do that. At least get matchmaking in here. At least get monolithic matchmaking in. At least solve some of the core gameplay crushing aspects of tanks dealing too much damage. Fangtooth is too big of a snowball effect. Hopefully Possessed Bryken's out of the way now. Maybe even slow down movement speed. I know that's a big, huge thing, but at least finish, quote unquote, finish the game. At least put the matchmaking into it. At least fix the core gameplay issues, which this patch has done a good thing. And at least market it. At least do that. At least put servers in the rest of the world. At least do that. Finish baking the cake. Give it a chance. Let people taste it. And yes, people have been tasting it for, but they've just been tasting batter. That's all. They haven't been tasting the fully cooked cake. At least do that. Please, please, for my sake, please finish the game. We welcome your thoughts on what we should do, and this is maybe the whole part of why I'm doing this. Like you, the team is deeply passionate about Paragon. Like you, we would both love to find a path that works, and like the community at large, we are not all in agreement on what could place Paragon on a fundamentally better path for all. We will always be transparent with the community, and this is where we are right now. As we have more information, we will share it with you. Please, this is my call to action, ladies and gentlemen. Go on Reddit, go on Epic Games forums, make videos that you've never done, create a YouTube channel, post to your YouTube channel, post to on Twitter, on Facebook. Share your ideas in a positive way, in an optimistic way, in a respectful way. Do it. Be an adult about it. Epic Games needs the community right now. They need to see that the community cares about this game and that it's worth finishing and worth investing into. The investors need to see Tencent, when the CEO looks at Paragon, when the CEO of Epic Games looks at Paragon, they need to see Reddit filled with optimism and positivity and gung-ho and videos saying that Paragon's this amazing game that deserves, it has so much potential, it'll be the best game ever. They need to see that. That is what they need to see, and we have to do it. We have to do it. Epic Games, they have employees. It's their job to work on this game, and they are passionate about it. I've been to Epic Games. They are passionate about that, okay? They need us. Okay, let's do it. We can do it, ladies and gentlemen. Please. Share this with everybody you know. Share this video. Share the Reddit post. Let's get Paragon going. Let's do it. Okay? I believe in it. You believe in me. I believe in you. And I believe in the future of Paragon.